Hello and good evening. Welcome to Wednesday night. Wait a minute. It's not Wednesday night. It's Thursday night. Skybills, what's going on?
I'm doing pretty well right now. I was playing Magic for most of today, but I'm always happy to be looking at more Magic matches, especially with Throne of Eldraine right now. It has been an exciting, explosive standard so far.
It really has. So speaking of playing Magic all day, what did you do all day? I heard there was some kind of tournament, and you did pretty well.
Well, I participated in Phantom Legends today and tied for third, got top fourth, and I'm very, very, very excited to be able to do that. During the Swiss portion of the tournament, I went 4-1 and then 1-1 in the top 8 part of the tournament.
That's super awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Getting that top 4, that's an invite back next week.
It is. I will be making an appearance next week and going to be doing a lot of research between now and then. And also the other thing on everybody's mind in Magic news this week. How about Golos and Field of the Dead, Clifford, and the fact that Wizards will be making a formal announcement on the 21st of October, despite just having an announcement? What about that?
They definitely announced an announcement. You know how much everyone likes it when you announce announcements.
Oh, yeah. So that's going to be causing quite a ruckus. We also have the Mythic Championship next week. I have quite a few friends that were invited to that. I'm very excited to see them compete on the big stage and see how they handle that as well.
Yeah, lots of big times in Magic right now.
Absolutely.
So, for us, for our purposes tonight, we're going to start off with some standard best of 3 games. We're going to start with Rogue versus Algernon. So let me hit a button and tell them to get started, and we'll get started.
Oh my goodness, Clifford, is this going to be red on red? This looks like red on red right now, based on
looks like it might be.
Yeah. Well, as we know, Martin Jizzo won today in fandom, and Martin was using Mono Red, which is amazing that Mono Red was able to win over Golos. So Golos isn't the end-all be-all. However, you do need a little bit of luck to be able to beat Golos, unfortunately.
I mean, luck never hurts any time. Right? Like, what's the old saying? You'd rather be lucky than good?
Yeah, and the most unique deck I saw today, and I beat this person in the Swiss, but they were the #1 seed coming out of the Swiss, was Canister piloted some sort of blue dredge, which was really interesting. Now, unfortunately, Canister didn't draw well against me, but I've heard Canister did really well in a lot of the other matches going on today.
Interesting.
Blue dredge, apparently.
I mean, you have Narcomoeba. Anytime you have Narcomoeba, you can do fun things.
I'll tell you something. My Hellkite had something to say about Narcomoeba. All right, here we go. It's looking like red on red right now. Algernon going first here. Ooh, I see a Trebuchet. Clifford automatically approves.
Trebuchets are the superior siege engine.
Ooh, and a Weaselback Redcap also. Roguelink, very much being creative here.
Meanwhile, on the other side, it looks like a more of a Chandra Spitfire build.
Yeah, this is Cavalcade Red for sure. That's a good read. I would definitely say right now it looks like Algernon has the upper hand just based on the opening 7 here.
But that Trebuchet, it's the siege engine. I guess we're not sieging a castle here. We're playing, trying to take out 20 life from your opponent.
So if Roguelink is using the Frenzy build, I do see our Rimrock Knight. Rimrock Knight is actually really, really good in the Frenzy build because the activation of both sides is fairly cheap and a good way to power up Runaway Steamkins. Is that a gingerbread man I see on Algernon's side? Ooh, and a Cavacle. So we're going to see the Calamity happen. Oh, no, I guess we're doing Spitfire first. I kind of figured we'd do that and the Gingerbrute, because now Gingerbrute goes away via Light Up the Stage.
We don't need the gingerbread man today.
So Cavalcade, I would be willing to wager, is definitely happening this time. Maybe followed by a Light Up the Stage to try to get maximum value. Nope, going off the Grim Initiate, can't say I blame Algernon there in the slightest.
Yeah, no, not at all. That's a really great setup. Then next turn can light up the stage and then cast whatever off the top.
Screaming Shield! What kind of sorcery do we have from Roguelink that will extend the life of that Trebuchet, though, Clifford?
Yes, it will. And it will make it very annoying. I mean, just because it's screeching.
I like this already. This is, I doubted, I admit, but this is a very interesting, spicy build from Roguelink. Meanwhile, Algernon's doing something that's a little more traditional.
The beauty of Wednesday night. Not Wednesday night. It's Thursday night now. Thursday night magic. As it has changed. If you do ignore the thing on the top that says Wednesday night magic, we've moved over. It's Thursday now. This isn't just a one-off. It'll be here on Thursdays going forward.
And the reasoning for that is we have E-League now on Wednesday nights, and that's a rather bare of a tournament to compete against. So,
yeah, and Skybills was competing in it, might still be competing in it later, maybe?
There is a chance. I mean, I was one of the Monarch. I was the week 1 Monarch, so there's always a possibility for that as well.
So we definitely want to make sure that everybody can go support Sky on Wednesday nights if that becomes more relevant. Regular. Words are hard.
Words are hard. It's okay, Cliff. No worries here. So we have Roguelink very much, despite losing the Trebuchet, in very good shape here. Although, for life, that's the sketchy part right here. So Roguelink has to do this much damage, and no, not even close. So
yeah, no, I think this is going to be game 1.
I was looking at the board state, not paying attention to life, which does happen every now and then, mind you. Slaying Fire for game Algernon takes. Game 1 with the more traditional build here of the Calamity. No sideboard from Roguelink. Okay. Not like you really can do much for red in the sideboard. I mean, there's some red in the sideboard. You can have Tibalt. Tibalt's a very popular one. You can have
Tibalt's
Coils.
Great.
Coils against big beefy green.
Fry is a wonderful sideboard card.
But what do you use Fry against in the current standard?
Krasis.
The Crisis isn't bad, but most of the time Crisis is going to be a little bit bigger than 5, unfortunately. Alright, so Roguelink with this beautiful hand going first.
Yeah, lots of things to cast. Couple of lands to cast things with. Get to see that red cap out on the field early.
Ooh, if Algernon, though, hits that 4th land, Torbrand's really good. Torbrand's, like, really good.
We're going to see the shock taking out the red cap. Right off the bat. No waiting.
Roguelink has a Lava Coil in the main board because we didn't see a sideboard. That's really interesting.
I mean, sometimes you don't want things to die. You just want to get rid of them completely.
Yeah.
Also, sad lightning strikes are gone.
Aw, yeah, that is pretty sad. Although, if you look at one of the old arts of Lightning Strike, it was from Theros block, so you know what? The Lightning Strike could be back in that Theros set. Maybe they're just taking a brief break from it.
Maybe we'll get to see Lightning Bolt get printed.
No, I don't think we're ever going to see Lightning Bolt again, although I may eat my hat over that one.
Man, I remember when he ate the hat. Oh man, that's gotta have been 20 years ago now.
Blue had a chance. It was called Esper. It was very long-lived. Take it from me, you know. We also had Mono Blue from Autumn's deck earlier on this year to win the Mythic Championship.
Oh yes,
there's been
Blue Bros.
Plenty of blue to go around. This is the age of aggro. Especially if Field of the Dead gets banned. If Field of the Dead gets banned, it's all aggro. All day. Alright, so Chandra here. Very good card.
Chandra is wonderful. All the Chandras are great. All three of them.
So, just a quick question. One thing, maybe Algernon wanted to see how Rogalink would block there. I mean, after all, Algernon could bluff the one land for a possible shock. I'm surprised Algernon didn't zero to put a loyalty counter on Chandra there, but I'm sure there's a good reason for it.
Yeah, there's always a good reason for everything, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And we have an adventure. Cool new mechanic in the new set, where creatures have instants and or sorceries just stapled to them like pages of a book.
There's entire decks built around adventure because there's just so much value to be earned by them. Now, probably there's two adventure cards that stick out right now is the best ones. Obviously, Murderous Rider. There is nothing better out there than Murderous Rider. You have a Hero's Downfall combined with a 2/3 lifelinker when Lightning Strike isn't in the format. Pretty good. And then the other one, ironically a blue card. You know, people are saying blue's not as relevant, but in the form of Brazen Borrower. Brazen Borrower is a very powerful adventure card, and there goes Algernon just going all in with the big old Torbrand. Definitely going to be the difference maker here. When you're playing red on red, whoever hits that power 4 card first wins. So we're talking about Torbrand. We're talking about Chandra 4, Experimental Frenzy. There's so many key cards on that red on red matchup where as soon as one of them happens, much like the Torbrand there, it's just over.
Yep, just GG.
Well, that was a fast game.
It was a fast game. Let's load up another game. We'll get it going very quick.
Sounds good.
This next game is going to be Seawolf versus Friday Witch. Should be a good one.
I think I have a feeling we might see a little bit of control from Seawolf. Seawolf likes to brew, and maybe Seawolf will have found a really good control deck. Meanwhile, I know Friday likes Golgari a ton, and Golgari is very much a power color combo in the standard currently. So I anticipate Friday, if I were to guess, Friday would do something like Golgari Adventures, or just Golgari Mid. Both of them very good options right now in the current standard.
Golgari Adventure Knights is so much.
No, Friday's using a card I've been learning how to use lately, and that is Outlaw's Merriment, a very underused card, hopefully more used in standard coming up. I love it. I absolutely love it. I can't wait to see Friday's take on this deck. I'm suddenly very excited for this matchup, even more so than I already was. Do you know about Outlaw's Merriment, Clifford?
I do not know about Outlaw's Merriment.
Okay, so it is a brand new enchantment in Throne of Eldraine.
Okay.
And it happens for 4. It can happen for 3 if you have a Starfield Mystic out, but if you get it out for 4, every upkeep, every one of your own upkeeps, what happens is you theoretically, I mean, again, if you were to play paper, you'd roll a 6-sided die, but you can get one of 3 tokens randomly as picked by the computer. One of them is a 2/1 with lifelink, another one is a 3/1 with trample, and then another one is, it's a 1/2, but it deals 1 damage to anything, and all of those tokens, I believe, have haste on them.
Okay.
And the enchantment is non-legendary, meaning that you can have multiples of this enchantment out at once.
Interesting. That sounds like a lot of fun.
It really is. It really is. So what you do, at least the way how I'm trying to use it, you use the first part of the game, use Clarions and whatnot, and other than Robber of the Rich, which is probably my favorite red card right now, not gonna lie, I love Robber of the Rich. You use Robber of the Rich, Starfield Mystic, or you keep your field clean and you just imprison things and put Deafening Clarion and control the board until you have the board state that you exactly want, and then you just go in with the tokens. Nobody's really running enchantment removal right now, especially just in Best of One and or Game 1. So the first game, in terms of Outlaw Merriment, is free. Unless they're playing Teferi, but we're not seeing a lot of 3-drop Teferi since Dance of the Mans got hosed by Ashiok. So the only real form of defense against Outlaws, which is Bounce, is currently not being played that much.
Yeah, and with the Field of the Dead running around, it makes Teferi less of a great player.
Absolutely. But there may be a time where Field of the Dead gets banned. We'll see.
If that happens, yes, then we have my. I'm excited to see what happens in any case, in either case.
It's going to be dependent on the Mythic Championship coming up. Just having a little bit of a tech difficulty here. We'll be going soon. Seawolf, what are you doing scratching Anger's nose?
I mean, maybe it was itchy and he's just trying to help.
It's not the fox. Which, by the way, is the cutest pet ever. I love the fox.
I really, really like it after seeing it in game. Like on the menu screen, I wasn't so much, but then seeing it in the game, it's like, oh my god, that's so beautiful. I just want to pet it.
So Friday going with Golgari as prescribed, but Seawolf going for the Boros. I'm hoping this is my build. This is looking like my build right now. And I am a proud person right now if Seawolf is running my build. This is a theoretical build I've been working on for about 3 nights now in collaboration with a couple other players. And we really feel like this could be a real serious deck coming up. But Friday with a very strong opening hand right now. Do you see the Regisaur and the Great Hinge together, Clifford? What a combo those two make.
That seems, what's the word they use? Broken. Broken. That seems broken.
But Friday's going to have to earn this combo, though, as Regisaur is going to have a bit of a tough time with some of those jail spells that Seawolf's holding. And that's exactly what's going to get used.
With the 3 lands, can most certainly send the Regisaur off to the prison realm.
Ooh, and look at that nice castle too that comes up. This is looking pretty good for Seawolf right now.
But not the Shadow Realm.
Friday will have the ability. Oh, and that's a great draw there, Growth Chamber Guardian. Friday has a lot of removal though, so this is going to be pretty even for a while, I think.
Growth Chamber Guardian's great. I really, really like that card. Like just from every part of the.
There's the enchantment, Clifford, the one I was talking about earlier.
Out comes the Outlaw's Merriment. Outlaw. There's a pun there, but I can't
There's
find
a pun. So, if Seawolf is lucky enough to draw 1 more mana, he can play Realm Cloak Giant, which will wipe the field. And that's actually a card Seawolf and I had talked about. It's not in my deck proper, but I'm really liking the way it's looking so far.
Seems like a fun time.
Oh yeah. This deck is probably one of the most fun decks I've seen in a bit.
And another Paradise Druid. Paradise Druid getting to live out all of the hopes and dreams of not being eaten by chain whirlers anymore.
So I suppose Seawolf could swing here. And if the Paradise Druid blocks, you Slaying Fire. No, Seawolf's doing none of the above. But Seawolf doesn't know about the Great Henge either. So that is pretty understandable move here. Friday's delight, though, Friday's going to be able to draw a lot of cards off of this. Including, it does add a +1/+1 counter. Growth Chamber Guardian is going to go off here almost immediately. Unless Friday is going to save it, which that also makes perfect sense. Seawolf wanting to get all the facts first, blocks the Growth Chamber Guardian. Oh, the little fox is asleep.
I mean, it's kind of late, past Fox's bedtime.
Ooh, this is a spicy move, Clifford. Knowing that the Great Henge could just gain life at any point. Ooh, there's the prison spell, though. There's a few credible ways that this can go down. Seawolf going for Robin Hood here. And of course, Paradise.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, Paradise Druid's definitely going to block Robber the Rich here. There's no way. But Seawolf will get a free 2 life here. Go up to 18, and Friday may go a little more all out on the board here. Seawolf's trying to play like as control-y as possible with the Realm Cloak Dryden. Pretty effective so far, but we'll see what Friday can do here. Remember, Friday can draw cards very quickly with that Great Henge. So Seawolf going for the Prison Realm here, not even waiting on the Slaying Fire, just going for the Prison Realm here.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, the Slaying Fire would have only been worth 3 damage, so save it for full value.
Yep, and Friday doing a great job there, gaining life at the end phase with the Great Henge. Always a good idea, especially when you're on the run right now. But lots of life gaining, lots of drawing going on. This is everything Friday would want to see right here.
Yes, gain life, draw cards, claw back on the board. Watch as the Growth Chamber Guardians cycle themselves through.
Friday playing this very smart right now. Not overextending the board. I like it.
And Seawolf draws a Stone Field Mystic, not to be confused with the Stone Forge Mystic.
Well, if Seawolf didn't take Divine Visitation out of the initial build, if Seawolf draws Divine Visitation, that's going to be crazy. Seawolf also not overextending right now, choosing to go for Starfield Mystic.
Starfield even, not Stonefield. Still not to be confused with Stone Forge.
Stonefield. Seawolf going for the Friday going for the Murderous Rider. Really good choice there. She wants an open board.
Yes, leave the board open and welcome for your guardians to smash through.
Friday is taking charge of this game right now. Just pulling out all the stops, drawing cards. The only way Friday is going to have a hard time here, and it's unfortunately happening right now, but there's still plenty more cards to play, is if Friday doesn't draw anything beyond lands, which there are way too many lands on that side of the field right now.
Yeah, there are lots of lands. That is the truth.
So Seawolf might wait one more turn to see if that last Growth Chamber Guardian will hit the field. It's not a bad play. You know a board wipe's gotta be coming, so Friday may see that as a telegraph board wipe.
Could.
Slaying Fire to the Dome. Seawolf trying to keep up with those animate costs.
Yeah, and the lifelink on the knight is just there's a lot there.
Do you go for the board wipe yet? I'd say yeah. You got the prison realm in hand. You just go for it. And with this, no, Seawolf's still not going for it. I suppose you can produce a token.
I think you're gonna try and bluff the attack.
Yeah. You go for
No.
the Realm Cloak Giant here. You gotta.
Now nothing lost. Could have been a free damage. Instead, smash. That's a pretty cool animation.
That is a Rotting Regisaur as well. What a great draw here for Friday.
That's a fun card off the top.
Friday has plenty of cards to discard as well. Ooh, that's a Doom Whisperer as well. That's a card we haven't seen in a hot minute. Good on Friday for playing that.
Doom Whisperer seems pretty well positioned. It flies over zombie tokens.
Well, you definitely got to get rid of the Doom Whisperer. It just does too much.
Yes, it does. It does so much.
Friday going to Surveil through the deck. It's a great move.
And it pairs so well with the hinge. You can gain life and then spend some life and then gain some more life and then spend it. And well, now your Doom Whisperer is off in the prison realm.
Seawolf keeping the card to the top for Realm Cloak Giant here. Which is good news for Friday, who just drew a Murderous Rider.
And it was the second Regisaur. Probably won't get to see it played right away. Oh, and down goes the Growth Chamber Guardian. Slaying Fire in response to the Murderous Rider murdering the token.
And we know that there's nothing but a land coming up next because that's what Seawolf shows.
Yes, the land is on top, which will give Seawolf the Giant.
Ooh, that is a Spawn of Mayhem also. Friday just bringing the best of Golgari in this deck. This is a cool Golgari mid so far. I like it.
Golgari good stuff. Like, good stuff.
And I believe Friday here will win game one off of Spawn of Mayhem alone here.
Yep, the spawn can just fly over the top.
Yeah, Seawolf's probably thinking right now, if he doesn't win this game within, I don't know, 5-6 turns, it's going to be very difficult to come back, considering how awesome the Great Henge is. That card single-handedly won Friday this match.
Oh. And Seawolf is alive because of the lifelink on the dude.
Yes, did not account for lifelink. Now it's dead to the Spawn of Mayhem.
Yeah.
All right, so it was one turn delayed. One. All right, let's see what Seawolf brought to the sideboard here. Do you see that Smothering Tithe in the main? Sorcerer's Spyglass, which is another great card for the sideboard. Tithe Taker's really good against control as well, so Seawolf opting for Gideon Blackblade as well. Probably so you can get some enchantment removal for the ultimate.
This is an interesting deck. I like it.
Yep, Seawolf is one of the deck builders that's been working on this deck, and even though it underperformed in that first match, and again, Friday's deck's just that awesome, this deck can handle a lot of pressure. That's one of its strengths, is to just be able to be ready for almost anything.
Very versatile. That seems good in a format such as this.
Absolutely.
So we hop into game 2. Seawolf's gonna get to go first. And we have 2 lands and some removal. And like Gideon. Gideon?
Ooh, it's Robert. That's the name we gave Robert yesterday. And yes, we have to change that in the chat. We are now going to be on Thursday nights so we don't compete with E-League. So if anyone's wondering about that.
If you know me and how my bot commands are always 3 or 4 weeks behind the times, yeah, we'll get that updated soon. I'll let the people that run the bots know. So, another tap land puts Seawolf not on getting a Gideon on turn 3. On the other side, there are 2 kill spells and a Spawn of Mayhem. Just lots of really good stuff over on Friday's side.
And that is a Spawn of Mayhem very early on. If Seawolf did not have the coil for that, he'd very much be in trouble. But Friday still has a loaded hand here. We have a Murderous Rider, a Doom Whisperer, a Great Hinge, another Murderous Rider, Knight of the Ebon Legion. Friday is in fine shape right now.
Yes, and the Doom Whisperer in particular dodges a bunch of removal on the other side of the field, although it can now 2 for 1. No, I lied. Still a mana off of being able to 2 for 1.
Ooh, that's a Rankle that just got stolen. This is tricky, because Seawolf now has 2 options. If Doom Whisperer blocks here, Seawolf can either fry it, or play the Regisaur, or you could play the Rankle. Seawolf going for the value here and playing the Rankle.
We're getting a Rankle in time.
Oh, Clifford. Clifford. No. No. Seawolf will be proud of you. I, however, reserve my judgment. Friday just rolling with this deck right now.
Yeah, just rolling along.
I forgot to take a look at Seawolf's deck a little bit more into detail during the side decking. Did we see any Clarions in Seawolf's build?
There are Clarions. I'm not sure if he boarded them all out or left some on the board or some in the main, but I definitely saw.
I was going to say Clarion's a very important card to making sure you get to those later turns in this deck. Oh no! Seawolf, I know where Seawolf was going there, but Seawolf needed more red, 1 more red to be able to do that maneuver.
Oh, yes, that's unfortunate.
I mean, it's an easy move to miss, but that's tough. And I believe Friday will have this match on the next turn.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the game. Game, set, match, right?
What a great game for Friday. Friday played very, very, very well. Friday, that is a powerful deck construction, and Seawolf didn't draw as well during those matches, admittedly, but Friday just kept putting the pressure on him. That's what you need to do in this format. If you're not playing Golos, you have to put pressure on, and Friday did just that. Also, Seawolf only did see 1 of the Merrymans in 2 games, so that was also pretty unfortunate.
Yes, that is unfortunate.
So yeah, There we have it. Do we have anything else queued for tonight, Clifford?
I am working on that as we speak right now.
These are quick matches tonight. We haven't seen any Golos, and Golos is really what makes the current standard so long. Yes, Seawolf, we also call that paint drying.
All right, I believe we're gonna have Friday and Seawolf play again, and then we're gonna go from there. After that, I'm gonna
Alright.
try and get other things set up and go.
The rematch, I like it.
A quick, immediate rematch. I'm gonna reset the scores. All right, scores are reset. I'm gonna hit this button. Now there's sounds.
Sounds.
I think there should be sounds. We should have sounds now. Eventually, we'll get there.
Alright, I hope
Alright.
these two decks clash again because dang. Is there anything that can stop Friday's deck? Friday.
CMC is a suggestion.
Converted mana
Is the
cost.
name of this deck from Seawolf.
It's Jeskai Fires. I'm willing to bet. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm willing to bet it's Jeskai Fires. Oh my gosh! No! Steven's gone over to the dark side, Clifford. Run! Oh my gosh. Friday going on over to Jund. This could be Jund Thud. That is this could be pretty awesome here.
All right. So you see, Skybills, his favorite card ever printed, in Seawolf's hand, and 2 copies of it.
Clifford, too soon, too soon. Do you know what I've gone through with that card? Teferi is one of the most powerful cards still in Standard. Probably underused right now, given the shift of the format, but one of the most powerful cards. Seawolf just going right for it here. But did you see that card on the far end of Friday's hand, Clifford?
Yes, I did.
It's Nissa who shakes the world. One of my favorite planeswalkers in current standard.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Overgrown Tomb.
Oh, absolutely not.
Overgrown Tomb is super overpowered. It taps for both green and black mana. How can... What's not to love?
It's all about Nissa. It's all about Nissa. Although, look at Seawolf next turn. Seawolf's going to be slamming down that Cavalier of Flame soon. Let's see where Friday's swing goes here. And Friday says Teferi, I'm done looking at you. And Seawolf, using Teferi's ability, goes, nope. Nope.
Now that That's oppressive right there.
It's Teferi's fault. It's always Teferi's fault.
And
Always.
can't even respond to it because Teferi.
Prison Realm for the Regisaur here. Oh no, Seawolf just gonna get rid of Teferi and play another one.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
Oh, no, going for the Cavalier instead. That's a respectable play. Going right for the Cavalier. Seawolf wants a better hand right here. Can't say I blame him. Not enough left though to give it haste. That's okay. Seawolf doesn't necessarily need that at this time. Seawolf's playing the long game. Friday's the one who is in a rush to get things done here. And I believe, speaking of getting things done in a rush, we're going to see Regisaur plus Great Hinge again. It's a decent card still in this matchup.
It really is. That I like to see the hinge just come down and like, hey, I'm gonna start gaining life.
Now I believe Teferi, I'd have to take a look because we don't see it often. I believe Teferi can bounce artifacts. Again, have to take a look at it. But that could be relevant right here. So obviously the Prison Realm, and we have the Fires of Invention on top. Again, the CMC theme here. We'll see what happens with Teferi. I'm pretty sure Teferi can bounce an artifact, and yes, there it is. It's creature, artifact, or enchantment. So Seawolf drawing fires there. Seawolf also having Realm Cloak Giant in the hand. Seawolf is kind of set here. Friday does have Nissa, which will make a huge difference here.
Yeah, Nissa can come down and start doing some work, but Seawolf with a very good position on the board as it stands.
The Cavaliers in general are so good, Clifford.
They haven't been good since LeBron left.
I was really afraid you were going to make that joke and go there, and I should have seen that.
I mean, set him up, I'm gonna knock him down. It's
okay, anyways. Moving on.
Alright, so these Cavaliers are good.
Oh my god.
Especially when there are two of them together.
Seawolf going to keep the Realm Cloak Giant here, giving everything haste, and I believe trample here.
These Cavaliers are so good. They're like blitz football. They're on fire.
Friday's honestly, unless Friday uses Collision Colossus here, which is not always a bad call. Friday just going for the plain black here.
Stay to the block and try to...
Ooh. What do you do here? Do you go for Nissa or do you go for Questing Beast?
Why not both?
I don't think Friday has enough mana to go for both. So Friday opting to go for Nissa here.
Can untap with Nissa and then cast the other.
Yeah, that's true.
Nissa doubling your mana sources.
I guess there is enough then. See, chat didn't let you get away with that either, Clifford. I knew they were going to call you out on that.
I mean, yeah.
A third Cavalier here for Seawolf. Seawolf hanging on to the board wipe.
See, now, what they don't tell you is that each one of those Cavaliers also has a small firearm, and they are all for one and one for all.
This is a very spicy Jeskai Fires build by Seawolf here. It'll be interesting to see how Friday responds to this, but surely Friday has some sort of thing to help out against control-based decks. Green is also a color that's known for taking out enchantments, so that will also be something that could potentially be in Friday's sideboard right now.
Alright, so Seawolf doing a little bit of swapping around. And before I could note all the changes, he clicks submit.
Seawolf did not put Ashiok in the deck, though. Ashiok is something I would definitely consider at least putting in against Golgari because we have that powerful uncommon Order of Midnight, which brings a target creature card back from a graveyard. Could mean the difference here. Maybe Seawolf may want to consider that for game 3 if things go south here.
All right, so one of the 3 Cavatiers is down to the bottom of the deck this time.
Cavatiers.
I don't know. It's a work in progress.
Did you see Friday's hand in the sense that there's a Regisaur and a Fling in there? Friday is 1 card away from pulling off the combo piece, which is Regisaur, Collision Colossus, and Fling, which does 22 damage in one go. Very
That's
powerful.
a lot of damage.
I wonder who came up with such a combo.
I can't imagine. Yo, hey, there's that same Cavalier. It was on the bottom, then it got shuffled around. Now it's on top.
You just want to make Cavalier jokes again, Clifford. I know where this is going. So all we're going to see here, Friday's probably going to put haste on the Spellbreaker. What a read by Friday here. Anticipating the Teferi. What a great play.
I mean, Spellbreaker, you bounce Spellbreaker, Spellbreaker laughs and comes back and hits you in the face again.
Well, this is how Seawolf buys a turn here. Now, Seawolf pluses Teferi. Seawolf may be trying to go for the instant speed Clarion here. Very interesting. I don't know how it's going to fare against the Regisaur that Friday's about to plant down. No, Friday goes with the Paradise Druid instead. It's an understandable move. Friday trying to get some board presence here. But unfortunately, all that's going to happen here is Seawolf's going to plus Teferi, play a land and pass, and we're just going to see that instant speed Clarion in response to the Regisaur. However, Friday may choose to use one of the Flings. Actually, Friday cannot because of Teferi's passive. Teferi's passive is such a headache.
It's really good.
But Seawolf not waiting until Friday's turn to play the Clarion. That's interesting. Maybe very caution towards the Flings, which is understandable.
Yes, it is very understandable. You don't want to set yourself up for failure.
Friday opting to keep the Questing Beast here. It's a great move. However, Seawolf is just going to wait, play the Realm Cloak Giant here, total board wipe. It's very tough for a Jund-based damage deck to come back from multiple board wipes.
It's just gonna...
Oh, triple fling.
The third fling and nothing to fling with it. You hate to see that. You hate to see 3 flings in your hand with no creatures.
On the bright side, if Seawolf, if Friday can land creatures that are below the mana cost of 4, aka Disdainful Stroke, Friday might still have a chance here because those flings are castable at instant speed, unlike Bud. But that would involve Friday getting Teferi off the field, which is very much a nuisance. Seawolf threatening the board with the Realm Cloak Giant, for real, not the board wipe version of it.
First one, now the other. And Teferi is just sitting there laughing. Laughing quietly to himself.
So Friday's probably going to fling this Regisaur at the Realm Cloak Giant. And there's not really too terribly much. I guess Seawolf could play Time Wipe, but that also wipes out Seawolf's creature. I guess Seawolf is saying, nah, I'm not going to take that chance.
It sets Seawolf back up to have another board wipe.
Yeah, this is rough. It's a lot of board wipe.
And Seawolf is still stuck on only 2 red mana sources, so can't play the Cavaliers.
But there's still the castles that Seawolf could have used to scry here. Here's a cavalier, Clifford.
Yo, that's a cavalier of a different color. Like, it's blue. It looks like it could have come from a lake, like a laker.
Oh no. I'm never forgiving you for these basketball puns.
I don't even watch basketball.
You know, if Friday were playing any other non-control deck, Friday would have won by now because the combo is active on the field. But Seawolf's just too powerful here with these Teferis.
Teferi is just, hey, hi, I'm Teferi.
Yeah.
Get out of here. I'm Teferi. Back to your hand.
Yeah, I mean, that passive just did way too much work. Teferi's very powerful. The only card that in Standard that is currently more powerful than Teferi is Field of the Dead, and we all know what Wizards is potentially going to do to that.
Yes. Yes, indeed. And that is a victory. A victory for Seawolf. Using the power of Teferi to win.
I mean, that match was pretty much all Teferi all the time.
All right, well, that is going to be just about all we have time for this week.
Mm-hmm.
But this is where I make cool, soft announcements about how we're going to get a fun league together of some kind very soon. Check the Discord for announcements that I'm going to make as soon as I have time, as soon as I get through my mountain of SG Live stuff. If you're going to SG Live, Speed Gaming Live is coming up very soon. Very soon. We're like 2 weeks away from Speed Gaming Live. 2 weeks from today, it kicks off. So, if you're out there, I'll have a bunch of Team Instant Speed stickers. So come see me and get an Instant Speed sticker or two.
Ooh.
Because that'll be fun times. We're not having any Magic tournaments like this time, but you know, I'm sure there'll be some time to sit down and play a game or two. I'll be taking all my Commander stuff. So if you're there, come say hi, get some stickers, play some Magic with me. We'll be back next week with more fun.
We absolutely will be. Next week's already going to be another loaded week for me as well. But let's take a look. Everyone, remember to do your research. And we definitely need to start surmising about what's going to happen to the current state of Standard and what that October 21st announcement is going to be about.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting. And remember, next week, before Thursday Night Magic, there's Thursday afternoon Magic with the fandom tournament that Skybills will be taking part of. So we got to be sure to go cheer her on next week. And, like, you know, make sure that we throw all of our support her way as she gets invited back and tries to top 4 again.
Absolutely. Going to be doing my best. It was quite the day today, and I'd love to repeat, if not do even better next week.
Well, all right. With that, thanks everybody for hanging out. Have a wonderful night and weekend. If you're playing in any tournaments over the weekend, good luck in your tournaments. If not, you know, just enjoy your weekend then. And stay tuned on the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, join the Team Instant Speed Discord. Lots of cool information coming up there in the next couple of days. Yeah, and I think with that, I've been Clifford. I guess I'm still Clifford. I'll continue to be Clifford.
Yes, and I'm Sky Bills as well, and it was fun doing commentary with you, Clifford. And thanks
Oh,
again to Speed
always.
Gaming for having us. And remember, we're here on Thursdays now. Hopefully, we get those layouts changed soon.
The layouts will be fixed by next week, assuming I get the right people to hit the buttons.
And the
so-
bot as well.
So have a great night, everyone, and we will see you very soon.
Take care, y'all.